Welcome to Daily Wisdom, Walking the Path with the Buddha, a podcast shared by David Roylance. This podcast is dedicated to guiding you to completely eliminate the discontent mind and the suffering it causes by attaining enlightenment. Learn and practice the teachings of Gotama Buddha that will guide you to fully attain a peaceful, calm, serene, and content mind with joy. To support this podcast, visit patreon.com/supportbuddha or visit buddhadailywisdom.com, where you will discover a full range of courses, retreats, and online learning resources to assist you on the path to enlightenment. Now, here's our teacher to share more.
Sawadee Kap. Hello and welcome to Daily Wisdom, Walking the Path with the Buddha. Today is our group learning program, and we're in part 2 of our 4-part series where I'm sharing with you Buddhist chanting. Last week, I shared with you all the different reasons of why one might choose to do chanting, and I even shared some of the history of chanting and where it comes from. And then we actually learned the chants and we chanted together as a group. Today, what I'm going to be doing is just kind of refreshing your memory about the chants themselves, and then we'll practice those once through, and then we'll actually use them to go into meditation. So we'll actually do a meditation session together. So I'd like to welcome all of you to our class today. If you're tuning in on Facebook, YouTube, or Zoom, you'll be able to ask questions as we go by putting those into the comment section. Or if you are in Zoom, you can electronically raise your hand and ask any questions or follow-up questions directly. So I'm going to switch over and use some visual aids here just to kind of show the chant. Now remember last week when I taught you the chanting, I shared with you that chanting isn't a mystical, magical thing or anything like that. Instead, it's really just to help ease the mind into meditation. You're gaining this awareness of mind, you're gaining some awareness of the breath, you're helping to build the memory and concentration of the mind, and it's really just helping you get more benefit out of the meditation because you're easing the mind into the meditation with awareness of mind and awareness of breath. Whereas if you were to just plop into meditation, you wouldn't get as much benefit as if you do something to kind of ease the mind into meditation. So I use this chanting as a way to ease the mind into meditation. It's nothing mystical or magical. It's not a prayer. It's not worship. It's not a rite or ritual or anything like that. Instead, it's just purely to ease the mind into meditation. And I gave you some other reasons why I do chanting as well. We used the triple gem as the very first chant, then we did the Namo Tassa and the Iti Piso. So today what I'm going to do is just refresh your memory with these chants, and we'll chant them together as a group, because last week I did them individually and then I had you guys chant them together as a group, but now we can just chant them together as a group. So we're going to go one time through, and then I'll open up to any questions that you guys might have based on you practicing over the last week. And then once we address any questions, then we'll go one time through, go into meditation, and then we'll come out of meditation with the chanting as well. So if you'd like to join for the group chanting, you might decide to bring your palms together, palm to palm, in front of your sternum. Take a nice deep breath here. Arahang Samma Sambuddho Mahakava Bhutang Mahakavanang Abhivateyami Savakato Mahakavata Tammo Dhammang Namasami Supatipano Mahakavato Savaka Sangho Sanghang Namami Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato สัมมาสัมพุทธัสสะนะโมตัสสะภะคะวะโตอะระหะโตสัมมาสัมพุทธัสสะนะโมตัสสะภะคะวะโตอะระหะโตสัมมาสัมพุทธัสสะอิติปิโสมะคะวะอะระหังสัมมาสัมพุทโธวิชาจารณังสัมมุโนสกขาโตโรกาวิโตอนุเตโรปุริสาดามาสติสัตตาตาวะมานุสนังพุทโธภะคะวะติ Okay, big clap for everybody, whoever's been chanting along. Good job. As you can see, you can build up your practice. If you guys have been chanting throughout the week, you're probably chanting better today than you were last week when we first started. You can gradually build up your practice. Just like everything on the path to enlightenment, it's gradual training, gradual practice, and gradual progress. So this is one time through the chants, and what I'd like to do is just open up to any questions to see if there's any questions you guys might have related to the chants or the chanting practice that you've been doing. You can ask those questions through Facebook, YouTube, or Zoom by putting your questions in the comment section, or you can electronically raise your hand in Zoom and ask any questions or follow-up questions directly. Let's see, I'm not seeing any questions on Facebook, YouTube, or on Zoom. So perhaps what we'll do then is we'll just go right into meditation. What I'm going to do is I'm going to guide you guys in the chanting so that we'll do chanting together, easing the mind into meditation. Then we'll go into our normal breathing mindfulness meditation, but now you'll have the chanting to go along with this. Because I taught a 4-part series on breathing mindfulness meditation and then a 4-part series on loving kindness meditation, but I saved the chanting until here so that you could build up your practice. So if you guys would like to do the chanting on the way into meditation, then when we get into the meditation, I'll actually guide you like I've always done in the past. So if you'd like to go ahead and take a meditation position, that would either be seated on the floor, lying, or standing. These are 3 positions that are really helpful for online learning. And then just bring your palms together and now start with a nice deep breath. Arahang Samma Sambuddho Bhagava Bhutang Bhagavanhang Abhivateyami Savakato Bhagavata Tammo Dhammang Namasami Supatipano Bhagavato Sāvaka Saṅkho Sanghang Namami Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa นะโมตัสสะภะคะวะโตอะระหะโตสัมมาสัมพุทธัสสะอิติปิโสมะภะคะวะอะระหังสัมมาสัมพุทโธวิชาจารณังสัมมุโนสกขาโตโรกาวิตุอนุเตโรปุริสานามาสติสัตตาตาวามานุสนังพุทโธภะคะวาติ Okay, this is where you slip into your meditation position with the lower body, hands and arms nice and comfortable, no muscles engaged. The upper body should be nice and erect. This keeps the mind attentive and alert during the meditation. Next, you would like to close the eyes and start breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. Breathing in and out. Breathing in and out. Your breath isn't going to necessarily match up with the guidance that I provide. I'm just here for guidance. This is your practice. So wherever you get to the next inhale, breathe in gradually through the nose, experiencing the full breath. Not trying to force the breath or control it. Just building a nice, gradual, steady, consistent breath. And then whenever you get to it, a nice, natural exhale through the nose. Breathing in and out. Breathing in and out. With the breath well established, start fixating the mind on the breath. The sound of the breath coming into the nose or the sensation of air moving into the nose. The breath is the present moment. Fixate the mind on the breath, the present moment. Breathing in and out. Breathing in and out. With the mind fixated on the breath, whenever you notice that the mind is moved off the breath, cut that off, let it go, and come back to the breath, the present moment. No need to label the thought, observe it, analyze it, judge it, or try to even figure out where it's coming from. Just wherever you notice that the mind is moved off the breath, cut that off, let it go, and come back to the breath, the present moment. Breathing in in, out. Breathing in out. I'm going to be quiet now and let you focus on the breath, doing this work to cut off and let go anytime the mind is off the breath. You have nowhere to go. There's nothing to do. No one needs you right now. This is your time to focus on the breath. Breathing in out. วันหังอภิวาเตมิสวากขาโตมหะเขวตาธัมโมธัมมังนามัสสามิสุปฏิปันโนภะคะวะโตสาวกสังโฆสังฆังนามามินะโมตัสสะภะคะวะโตอะระหะโตสัมมาสัมพุทธัสสะนะโมตัสสะภะคะวะโตอะระหะโตสัมมาสัมพุทธัสสะนะโมตัสสะภะคะวะโตอะระหะโตสัมมาสัมพุทธัสสะอิติปิโสภะคะวะอะระหังสัมมาสัมพุทโธวิชาจารณังสัมมุโนสกขาโตโรกาวิโตอนุเตโรปุริสาธัมมาสติสัตตาตวามนุสนังพุทโธภควาติ All right, if you guys would like to make your way out of meditation, I'll just switch over and see if you guys have any questions on anything that you're encountering with chanting, with meditation, with any aspect of this path. It could be something about the Eightfold Path or the Four Noble Truths or anything that I've been teaching you along the way. You can put that into Facebook, YouTube, or Zoom. And as you ask your questions, I'll be able to see those here. Let's see. I'm going to go ahead and switch over and see if we're seeing any questions. I'm not seeing any questions, so you guys must be understanding things to a certain degree and not having any questions to ask during today's class. If you guys do have questions at any point, you can always ask those in class. You can post them in the Facebook group. You can send personal messages, or you can schedule a personal guidance session in order to get help with whatever it is that you're encountering. Because these classes are great to kind of give you the generalized teachings and understand generally what is being taught as part of the Eightfold Path. But oftentimes it really helps to apply it to your specific situations. So that's where a student might reach out for help in certain situations where you feel like you need help. So I'm here to help all of you guys. Whenever you guys decide that you would need help, feel free to reach out, and you can do it in any of those 4 ways. So what I would suggest for you guys is to continue to do the Buddhist chanting to build up your practice and see how you can become proficient with that and how it helps to ease the mind into meditation, and continue to build up your breathing mindfulness meditation and your loving kindness meditation. And remember, each Sunday, I'm going through this book, Developing a Life Practice, The Path That Leads to Enlightenment. That's how I'm guiding you chapter by chapter. This particular Sunday, we're going to be in chapter 6, which is titled The Middle Way, Walking the Middle Way. This is a really short teaching that's going to really help give you some perspective on the Eightfold Path and many other aspects of your life, and help you understand this middle way that the Buddha taught. Because learning and understanding the middle way will allow you to then be able to apply that to all parts of your life, including the Eightfold Path itself. So thank you all for joining for today's class. I appreciate your dedication and diligence to learning and practicing. Wherever you are in the world, wherever you're hearing this, either on the replay or if you're attending live, I'd like to thank you for your dedication and diligence to learning and practicing the path to enlightenment. Because as you improve the condition of your mind, it helps you, it helps those close to you, and all of humanity. More and more, humanity becomes a more peaceful, more kind, more loving society for all of us to exist, because you're training your mind and doing less and less harm in the world. So thank you for your dedication to improving the condition of your mind and the condition of your life. We'll see you guys in one of these future classes like Sunday, Wednesday, or Saturday. Have a very lovely and wonderful rest of your day. Take care. Sawadee ka.
Thank you for listening to this podcast. To provide support for this podcast, visit patreon.com/support Buddha. To access more teachings, visit buddhadailywisdom.com. There, you will discover a full range of courses, retreats, and online resources to assist you on the path to enlightenment. Remember to establish a daily, consistent meditation practice, along with learning and practicing these teachings. A well-developed meditation practice is the foundation in which to train the mind to attain enlightenment.